Hello everyone, my name is Donald Franklin and you tune into I Am, You Are the Creators. Today we're going to be talking about you have the power to create. And one of the questions we're going to talk about today, or the topic we're going to talk about is, if the universe is abundance, how come it's not present in your life, my life? And one of the reasons why it's not present is that we don't let go of things, which it says let go. You have to let go of the past. You have to let go of some of the hurt that was in your life. You have to let go of some of the things that you don't need in your life. There's a lot of things in your house right now, or where you're staying, that you need to just let go of, so that you can make room for new things. Okay? So, right here, number 2, how do I connect to the power that I possess? So we're going to say, let's start with number 2 first. I'm going to start here. In order to connect to something, you must first know what needs to be connected and the desired outcome. In our case, the heart and mind is to be connected. The outcome is power to create. So we're going to turn the page and we're going to get right into it, folks. The heart and mind connection. The heart-mind connection. Number 1. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to show you what it is that you need to do, I need to do, to create the power that we need to manifest the things that we want within our lives. And I'm gonna say this, folks. If where you are now is not where you want to be, then what is it that you have to lose to try something new, right? Okay, so if you've been trying your way for the last however old you are, and the outcome of what you see now is that what you don't want, why continue on with that what you know is not working? Let's try something new. And if that not works, don't give up. Try something new. And I guarantee you, once you try these, you'll see changes within your lives. So here we go. The heart. So touching the soft spot, your heart center, will allow you to shift from your mind to your heart. Now, what I mean by there is, like, we're going to do this. Right now, in your mind, you're wherever you are. But as soon as you touch your heart, watch, your mind immediately shifts from your here to whatever you're thinking about to what you just touched, which is your heart. So when you pray, you in your mind, you in your heart center, touch your heart and pray. And watch, because now you're not praying from your mind, you're praying from your heart. So breathing is the next step. So slow your breathing will send a signal to your inward self that will tell your body that you are in a safe place. This will free your body to let go of stress, hormones, and the feeling of stress. Then that happens when awakening the healing chemistry. So it says, so what it's actually saying here, folks, is that the way you breathe, slow breathing. So you're in the prayer position, right? You're touching your heart center, correct? So instead of breathing, slow your breathing to a more control. You can try this with me. And as you do this, your body and your mind will relieve itself of the stress hormones, because now you're finding yourself in a safe place in your body. You're not worried about your surroundings right now, because you know you're in a safe place. It is at this moment when your connectivity is about to join, to help with the manifestation of the things that you want. Think of some things, which is this part right here. This next step is very important. Feeling, which is this part. So create a feeling in your heart where you are now touching. This is what you want to think of. You want to think of caring for someone, something, appreciation for someone or something, gratitude for someone or something, and compassion for someone or something. Either one, if not all four, will do. Caring, appreciation, gratitude, or compassion. Once you find yourself in the state of feeling either or all four of these things here, which is caring, attitude, appreciation, gratitude, and compassion. Now, for anything or anyone, these four key words will trigger the experience between the heart and brain to create our coherence, 1 point hertz, which is what you need to create the sparks to see that 1 point. And your body have way more than that, but you just need that 1 point hertz to start creating, and that happens when you connect. So this act is the key to the deepest truth to who we really are, meaning that now you be able to understand how you be able to create the things that you want. So try it again. With your heart, with your hand, touching your heart center, creating a heart and mind, from creating your thought from your mind to your heart by touching. Breathing, the breathing technique is very important because you have to calm yourself. And just keep going. Your mind is gonna, while you calm, your mind is gonna, something's gonna trigger, you're gonna think about that, but that's okay. Recognize it, dismiss it, and get back to your breathing. And once you get back to your breathing, should it happen again, just constantly focus back onto your breathing. Deep breath, release, till you calm your body. Then your stress factors will relieve. Then you find yourself in a state of where now you're kind of focusing. So now you're thinking of the appreciation, the gratitude, the compassion, and our caring. So you find one of those, and you think about it. What do I care about? What brings me joy? What do I appreciate? Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Yes, and that emotion of appreciation, or that emotions of caring, that elation to get you to smile, that thought that gets you that inner joy for thinking on one of those four things, is the connection now that you have. You have now just connected your heart to your mind when you get that initial feeling, right? So I want you to keep that thought, because we're going to move on. So number 4, the connection is when you get the happy inner joy, what we just talked about, of seeing yourself with the thing you envision while touching your heart center. Note, your conscious can't distinguish between what is true or not. It only gives out what is stored inside from past experience. We already went over this in the past videos. You create what you want, what you are now seeing around you, by the thoughts that you have already. So in other words, what I'm saying is that the things that you see now, and if you don't want it, You have already created it by the thought. You just didn't know how you did it. But now that you know how you did it, and when you get those feelings, you know you're creating, right? So some of the things that you created by the feelings you had toward those things came into your lives. So in order to change what you don't want, you must change your thoughts to what you do want, even while living the life you are in now. Some people say, well, that's sort of like lying. Well, I'm lying to myself. How I'm gonna believe that I have this and I'm seeing this? I'm lying to myself thinking that I'm rich and I got all the money in the world. If you already tried what you tried we went through this, however old you are now, and it's not what you want to see in your life, why not try something new? Correct. You already have what you don't want, so what's wrong with trying something new? And it very well may work, right? And I'm guarantee you it will work. So you just try it and see. So remember, in order to ride, a bike, you had to practice more than once to get it right. The same here. So when you first rode your bike, you fell, you got back on, but you wanted to ride this beautiful bike. It's yours, it's mine, I got it, I want to ride it. But you don't know how to ride it. It's something new to you, it's foreign. But you wanted it so bad you was willing to do something different so that you could get the right outcome, which is you riding that beautiful bike that's yours. So, but you practice it. You got on, woo, woo, woo. You leaned this way, you kind of got your balance going, and you started riding. And now not only that you started to ride, you starting to look away from what you had already just was scared to do at first. Look, everybody, I'm riding my bike. Whoa. And now, the more you rode the bike, the more crazy things you started to do. Because now you conquered what it was that you had feared the most, to try to ride this bike. Now you're doing wheelies, you're skirting, you're going faster and faster than you ever thought you could go on this bike, right? And you're just waving and you're smiling, and before you know it, you're just jumping on the bike, getting in and going and just riding. And not even paying attention to what it took to initially start to ride the bike. The practice part, right? Same here. When you start something new, here, the connection there, and then everything that we just went through, you did that for whatever many seconds or minutes or maybe 30 minutes or so that day. But check this out. Let's give it an hour. You did that for an hour. There's 24 hours in a day. That 1 hour only took 1 hour. You still got 23 more hours to go. What is filling your thoughts in your heart and mind now is creating itself. So you just got 1 hour of this, but 23 hours of still creating this other stuff. When all you want to do is create this, what you just gave your thought to, changing your life. So just like riding that bike, you have to give more thought to the things you're trying to create within the next 23 hours that you have left. So how do you do that? Some people say, how do you pray without ceasing? It's the same concept. You pray while to you and God, you just driving. Thank you, Jesus. Lord, watch over me while I'm riding in this stupid traffic. That's prayer. That's praying constantly without ceasing. And you just pray throughout the day. Just like you do there, you do the same thing here. You want to continue to put this in. So when you get in that heart mind coherent thing going, and the things that you want, you get that elated feeling that all of a sudden somebody cut you off, and you're like, and you know what you would say, but you saying that, you just threw yourself off. But that's okay. Recognize what you did, dismiss it, and get back to that what you're trying to create. This is how you create the things that you want. Diligency, consistency, 24/7. While you're going to sleep, you're thinking about this thing you want. When you're waking up, you're thinking about these things you want. As you're going to work to the job that you may not like, you're thinking about the things that you want. So all throughout the course of your life until till the universe finally figured out, yeah, he really wants it or she really wants it, and bow, things started to connect. The universe is starting to connect different people to that person who knows you. And that person say, well, I think I know somebody that could do that job. And they call you, and it gets all the way around to this person, got all the money. Remember, money always changing hands. It's always in flow. We're going to do that through one of these videos that you guys already saw that I've done. It all works to the glory of God. Folks, it's so crazy. But I'm going to tell you something. We're going to move right along. We already did the bike, and that's why. What I just went through is the why part. So we're going to move on to 4. This is important too, guys. The God in you is the power. What? For those of you who don't know, yes, the God in you is the power. You have the power. I am, you are the creator. Okay? And 1, this is why, this is going to help you to understand how you are able to create and why you're not creating now. In the beginning, God created man by forming him from the dust on the ground and blowing his life into the clay of man. Note, if the creator of all things blew life into you, then it's safe to say that God's power is within you as well. What? What is actually saying there, folks? God, the God that you believe in, the God who created all things, right? The heavens, the earth, the winds, the trees, you name it, God created it. So, if that God that created all of this, when forming the clay of this dust, God blew himself into you, thus creating life with a life form of some dust that was made out of the ground, and which in turn, the God that blew his life into you, which means that now that you are erect as a person, you have God in you. Me. We are a product of God literally within us, because it is his life form that's making us become a life formed body. So if the God that created all things created you and me and resides within you and me, wouldn't it be safe to say that we should be creators as well? Because the entity, God, who blew himself to create all things in you, and you are part of God, and you are God, and some people and don't get that confused with saying big and little God and so forth and so on, but God that lives within you, which should make you a creator as well, right? The problem is that through the years, we lost the knowledge in wanting to become independent. So we lost the knowledge in wanting to become independent. So becoming independent, we kind of push the powers and the things that God given us behind us in the back. The more independent we became, the less we relied on God's power to believe in the unbelievable. So the more we became, I did it, yeah, look what I did. Look, hey, I did that, I did this, it was me, and less God, the more God got pushed back, and the more the me came in front. That's the power that actually God used in us to create us what we are today. And be it negative in our bad, because it's the power in us that creates the things around us. So, but we've got all that power thing. It was I who created. If I'm good, but we quick to say, look at what I did in a positive, but we won't say, well, yeah, look what I did, and it was all bad. See, the excitement of doing something good that we think is good in the other folks' eyes, it created that jubilee. Yeah, I did it. But when it comes to bad, which is the same creation that we created within ourselves, it's all bad. We have less jubilant. Thus, the joy and the power that we possess diminished. So we give away our power to the things of this world. Finally, to be abundance, you have to believe that you have the power to move mountains. Literally. Some people get caught up in the Bible, because the Bible is parables. It's a parable. It's a lot of parables, because it's designed for you to study, to understand the parables. Okay. Then it also said that you can move mountains, and I had this discussion once. I said, so you telling me that Jesus said you can walk on water, and you saying that's a parable? But Jesus actually got out and walked on water. One of his disciples actually got out on boat and walked on water until he came back to self, and then he started to sink, and Jesus grabbed him and put him back in the boat. Now, was that a parable, or was that real? Was they actually walking on water, or was that a parable? You tell me. So, literally, you should be able to walk on water. Jesus did. One of the disciples did. Literally, you should be able to walk on water. So then that means literally, you should be able to move mountains. And I understand that a lot of it is parable, because some people grow faster than others. And so to some people, a lot of it is going to remain parables, right? But to those who understand the knowledge, and God gives them the wisdom to understand that what he's telling them, that they do have the power, and then you understand the power that you do possess, then you understand that the things that you can do is actually literally, right? So you gotta remember, when you're blessed and you understand some things, a lot of people won't even believe half of the stuff that you say, because it's not ready for them to receive that yet, right? And so it's for you to receive, and it's for you to grow, and then for those who's ready to grow under you, then you're able to explain this to them, then they're able to comprehend it, then they're able to grow, right? Then they can literally do some things, correct? So remember, you are the creator, and in order to create things, you have to let go. For one, let go a lot of things. Let go of things that hurts you right now. Let go of things that's holding you back. And then you have to appreciate things, right? You have to appreciate the things that are around you. And because a lot of times you say, I want this, and you get it, and you appreciate it for a while, but then you want something else. So, and that's okay too, and I would imagine, but you got to remember that you kind of, when you want something, you got to know that that might not be it. You got to want something else. So you got to make your prayer be literally precise as to what you want now, so that you can get that now. Then when you want something later, you're going to have to continue to pray. That's why it's called pray without ceasing. Continue to pray so that your life can grow, so that you can grow. Because you are. The world belongs to you. The world belongs to me. We just gave away our power to be independent, to do things on our own. But once we realize we have the power to regain, then we will regain that power, and then we'll start having the things in our life. Now I'm gonna tell you something. The more you give to learning how to ride that bike, the faster this stuff we're talking about will develop in your life. So if you're riding your bike, if you give an hour of riding your bike and you got 23 hours of doing something else, guess what? You're not going to ride that bike as fast as you would like to. So you have to remember that, all right? Energy of money. There you have it.